morning reception and welcome to Wednesday's phonics lesson. So our first part of our lesson is we're going to quick read the tricky words. So when I reveal a tricky word, make sure you shout it out at me before I move on to the next word. Okay, let's get started. He, she, we, me, be, was. Was is spelt was. Say it. Was is spelt was. You. They. They is the with a y at the end. Say it. They is the with a y at the end. All. Are. Not the digraph are. The tricky word are, because the digraph is just a. The tricky word has an e at the end. That's the tricky part, isn't it? Because if you sounded out ah, this word with the e, you'd go are. So the tricky part is the e because you can't hear it. So it's ah, as in we are going to the shops. My. Did you remember this one from yesterday? Her. Well done. Right, this is our last digraph of phase 3. So we've worked through phase 2 phonics and phase 3. We've learned all the tricky words and all of the graphemes. However, when you come back to school, or if you're at home, we are still going to be working on phase 3, because until you can read and write all the graphemes in your book and all the tricky words without thinking, without having to sound out too much, then you are secure on phase 3 and you are ready to move on to phase 4. But it's quite tricky to remember all of those graphemes, isn't it, in our writing? So we'll need lots more practice. So this digraph comes at the end. It can come at the end and it can be called a suffix. I'll show you that in a minute. It can come in the middle of a word also. It can now and then come at the beginning, but very rarely makes the sound when it's at the beginning. So you can pause the video, share with your adults some words that you think has this sound and this spelling, because the other that we learned a couple of weeks ago is the Now this is an alternative spelling. It means a different way of spelling the sound This one tends to come in the middle and at the end, doesn't it? So you've got to start to think, is it this spelling or is it that spelling, the ER? Oh, it's so tricky now, isn't it? So, have you thought of any words before I move on and show you some of my words with the digraph in? Show them, share them with me. Well done, I like those words. So I have got a person here with some gloves on. What do you think he is? What do you think he is doing? He is a boxer. So he will do some boxing. Boxer. It's a 2-syllable word, isn't it? Can you tell your adult how we read or spell 2-syllable words to help us? What strategy do we use? We split them up into syllables. Box. Let's start off with box first. Box. Box. What comes at the end, the second part? Not 2 sounds, just 1 sound, but 2 letters. Boxer. So box becomes boxer. That's where you get your suffix. Oh, the next picture is a person. Who is that person? Farmer. It has the sound. Again, let's split it up into 2 syllables. Farm. Sound out farm. And then at the end, oh, the final one. Do you know what this one is? That has the digraph. Do you know what? My Shannon had one of these and it bit my finger and it made my finger bleed. But I let it off and still gave it a cuddle anyway. It's a hamster. Let's sound out ham first. Now stir. St. Well done. We're going to do a couple more on the next page. Ooh, it looks so cold, a bit like outside in my garden. It's been snowing. What season is it that has the digraph? It's winter, isn't it? Again, another two-syllable word. Let's sound out win. And then ter. Winter. Put them together, winter. Now, this last one, the one at the bottom, might get you a bit confused. It's a bit tricky. Because if I ask you what that is, I think you will say sheep. And you're right. But does sheep have the sound in? It doesn't. What the farmers do, they herd their sheep together. They gather them together. It's called herding. So we're going to spell the word herd. Not this kind of herd, when you gather the sheep together. Herd. Sound it out with me. 1, 2, 3. D. Oh, the comes in the middle on that word, doesn't it? Okay, we're moving on from our teach section and you're going to do the practice section on your own. I will just do one with you. Okay, these are practicing our CVCC words, CCVC words. Words with 4 sounds. Consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. Oh, that girl is jumping. Jump. Sound out jump for me. Jump. 4 letters and 4 sounds. Do you know what? This one's quite easy because all I need to know is it begins with J. There's only one picture there that begins with J. It's this one. Jump. So what I would do is I would draw a line or circle the word jump. I will show you the next one and just tell you what the word is, but I'm not going to read it. You are going to read it with your adult. This camel has a hump. He has a hump on his back. You've got to find the word hump yourself. On this one, it's a think bubble. Think bubble. So you're looking for the word think. Make sure you sound it out. Sound it out with your adult and remember to circle the word that you think it is when you have read it. So now we're going to go on to our writing task. And I have got 2 clues there for you already to think about what our sentence could read. Winter. So it should have winter in our sentence. Let's read the bottom word. Miss Hampson, you said do we say we say snows. So we've got winter and snows. What could our sentence be? It snows in the winter. Everyone say it. 1, 2, 3. It snows in the winter. 5 words. It snows in the winter. So let's sound out it. It. Now children, when you see I as a capital, you say I a lot. You've got to remember this I, when it's the tricky word I, it is always on its own because it's so important that you learn that when it's with another letter, it becomes the I sound. I, the tricky word, will never be with any of its friends. Okay, so it. Capital it. Snows. S-N-O-S, snows. O-S-N-O-S, it snows. In, I-N. It's a lowercase I this time because it's not the first letter of our sentence. It snows in the. Winter, winter. W-I-N. Second syllable, t, full stop. Read it with me again. 1, 2, 3. It snows in the winter. It snows in the winter. You know what? It does snow in the winter, and it's been snowing all week, hasn't it? Now for your final sentence. And again, here's 2 clues to help you. We've got 2 words there to help you. Who thinks they know those 2 words? Tell your adult, tell the person next to you. Hamster is a hamster. Grass and grass. Your final sentence is the hamster hid in the grass. Everyone say it. The hamster hid in the grass. Full stop. That's 6 words for your final sentence. Thank you for listening, reception. See your work uploaded tonight on Dojo. Bye-bye for now.